and welcome to another edition of the Michael Zehr Show until we have another better name for it. I just got another suggestion as I was sitting here waiting to go live from Linda. So, Linda, thank you for sending in the suggestion. I appreciate that. My dad said to me, he goes, Michael, why aren't you wearing a red shirt? Because remember, everyone deployed. And my RED shirts are in the laundry, so I got this puppy out. So here we sit. Today, my guest is Ron Roberts. Ron, thank you so much for joining us. Appreciate it. I could tell you what Ron does, but I think it would be a lot easier if we just heard it in his own words. Another veteran that does a lot for our community. I don't know if you guys have noticed or not, but all the veterans that I have interviewed so far have all been very active within our community, and I applaud them. I wanted to use that. I've been wanting to use that for so long. Okay, Ron, thank you for joining me. So let's get started with where you were at when you decided to enlist in what service?
It was quite a while back. I was enlisted during Vietnam. I was a draft dodger, so didn't want to go in and do something silly. So just decided to enlist, become a computer operator.
Okay.
I became a maintainer, programmer, systems analyst, and telecom chief.
So what city, state were you at? Were you enlisted at? Where
I
were
was
you at?
in Muscatine, Iowa.
Iowa.
Yeah.
Okay.
Spent my formative years there.
All righty.
So
you went in to enlist, and then where was the MEP station at there in Iowa?
The MEP station was in Des Moines. Then I went to basic in Fort Leonard Wood.
Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri. Okay. All right. And then your AIT, where did you go for that?
But the AIT for computer stuff at the time was at Fort Benjamin Harrison in Indianapolis, Indiana.
Okay.
So I went there. Then my first duty assignment was ended up to be the Pentagon. I was at
the Pentagon, really?
The beginning of the Percins D.
Wow.
Yeah.
And if you are watching live right now, if you have any questions for Ron, if you ask them, the Warrior Healing Center was nice to move the monitor now. It's right here in front of me, so I don't have to keep turning to see the comments. So if you have a question for Ron, please put it in the comment section, and I'll pass it on to him. Thank you. Okay, so at AIT, where was your first duty station after AIT?
The Pentagon.
The Pentagon.
Yeah,
Okay, you told me that.
Washington,
and you were there
DC.
for how long?
5 years. I couldn't get out of there.
Couldn't get out of there, huh?
No.
You didn't like it there?
I was a private.
Okay.
Making $288 a month, and
Uh-huh.
that doesn't go very far in that area.
And I'm guessing Army, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, I should ask the branch, but...
I was married before I came in the Army, so that
okay.
was, living there with my wife and trying to make it go. It was a little bit difficult.
So then after you were in the Pentagon, where were you stationed at next after that?
After that, I went to Korea, Yongsan Data Processing Center in Seoul.
Okay.
And then I came right back to the Pentagon. So, Then after that, then I re-enlisted to become a computer repairer and never saw DC again.
So you got out and then came back in?
No, I was still in. Yeah.
Oh, you re-enlisted. You re-upped.
I just re-enlisted.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah. All right.
I was able to finagle a school out of that deal.
And where did you re-up at?
The Pentagon.
Okay, and you went from the Pentagon to?
I went to Fort Gordon, Georgia, to become a repairer.
Okay.
Then from there, I went to Germany, to Stuttgart, Germany, to become a dusty repairer.
What did you think of Germany? See, I've never been overseas. So.
Oh, yeah. Germany was great. I was there for 5 years.
Every veteran I've talked to so far that's been over there, I haven't heard them say one bad thing about Germany. So
then I went from Germany, came to Fort Huachuca to become an installer.
Oh, so you got stationed here on active duty, huh?
Stationed here on active duty. Then from there, I went back to Germany again. So then I've been bouncing back and forth between Germany and Fort Huachuca after 10 years in the service.
So did you retire?
Yes, retired for 20 years.
And what grade?
Sergeant first class.
Sergeant first class. Okay. And you liked the area here so much, you just decided to stay, huh?
Well, my wife said if I wanted to go anywhere else, that snowed, whatever, you'd be sure to write. So had to stay.
Yeah, we do have really good weather here. So after you retired, you were still a young guy. So what did you do after that?
Went to work for SCIC for a little while. Then I worked for the county. I was their IT guy and phone guy.
Now, when you were working on post, was it as a contractor
Yes.
or civil service or contractor?
All contractor.
Okay.
Then I worked for Nortel for a couple of years and doing an installation of telephone switches all around the world.
Wow. You know, I used to be a telephone operator on Fort Huachuca.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, back in the day, when they actually had live operators, we used to schedule the Audubon calls that would go overseas for the people that needed to make them, and then we'd have a thing where the military, our service members, would call into the switchboard, and you could direct the call to their home so they could talk to their families. I loved that job. It was a really good job. So.
Yeah, it was.
So you got in? Did you get into telephone line installing? Is that what you're saying, or?
Well, yeah. No, I installed everything.
Okay.
I installed the big telephone switches, and I installed telephones for offices and things.
What
like
year
that.
was that?
Do
you remember?
That was 90. I retired in 92, so
okay.
About 93 or 94, I started working for Nortel.
I might have even run into you then. Were you ever in Greeley Hall?
Yeah, so
I used to work in Greeley Hall a lot. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So we might have even ran into each other at Greeley Hall. Yeah. So then you retire from what? When you say you retired, did you retire from a company or?
Well, I never actually retired from anything after that. It was just kind of worked for having something for 4 or 5 years, and the job just ended, or that type of thing.
Okay.
That's like being a contracting. You don't usually last for 20 years.
Well, I know that the contracts change quite a bit, and then some of the times the contractors will pick you up. Sometimes they're not interested and bring in their own people. So what else have you been up to? What kind of activities do you like to do around here?
Well, mainly the DAV. I do a lot of work for the DAV, but I like computers and I work with computers and.
Ron is with our local chapter, our Disabled American Veterans Chapter 14 here in Sierra Vista, Arizona. And I myself am a life member and just started going back and trying to be active. And it seems like the group is starting to grow a little bit now. The activity seems like it's picking up.
Yeah, COVID has put a bind in what we've been able to do. We're having problems where haven't any fundraisers. We've been lucky the Combat Veterans Motorcycle Club has donated quite a bit of money to us and it helped us a lot.
Yay, let's thank you. Good job. Thank you.
Maintain our transportation programs that we have. We have a couple of transportation programs where we have the one connected with the VA to where we go anywhere in Cochise County. We pick up veterans and take them to the VA hospital in Tucson whenever they make an appointment.
And that doesn't cost them a cent.
Right, that's all free for the veterans.
Yes.
All they have to do is when they make their appointments, they have to tell them that they want to ride in the DAV van, and the DAV, the VA hospital will coordinate that.
Okay.
So we have a second transportation program locally for Sierra Vista. So anyone who has a doctor's appointment in the Sierra Vista area, anywhere in Sierra Vista area, can call us for transportation, and we can pick them up and take them to the hospital appointment for free. Or not hospital, but any doctor's appointment.
Now, since we cover Cochise County, does that mean that if a veteran anywhere in Cochise County needed a ride to a doctor, let's say like somebody lives in Bisbee and needs a ride here to Canyon Vista, do we do that? Or is it strictly within the Sierra Vista, Hereford, in the general area?
It's mainly within the Sierra Vista area, but all you can do is call and if we have people, drivers that are available that can do it, then we can do it. Not that we will. You have to call us and ask us.
Okay.
Because we have lots of volunteers throughout the county, whatever, that help with the DAV.
And not only do they do driving, but they're they used to have help me out here, the Poppies drive.
The Poppies are for the veterans of foreign wars.
I thought we did that because I remember standing outside and selling them for the DAV.
Those are the forget-me-nots.
Forget-me-nots, thank you.
Little blue flowers.
Yes, sir. Forget-me-nots. I stand corrected. Yeah. Okay, so on the forget-me-nots, that's another fundraiser that hurt our local chapter because we're not able to go out and sell them.
Yeah, we can't socialize. We got to maintain 6 foot different distance, whatever. We will probably do that sometime this summer and try to get out again. So whenever, if you see us, please donate and help us out. Because our chapter actually, with the money that we get from donations and the things we work on, we buy the vans that take the veterans to the hospitals in Tucson.
Our chapter owns the vans, right?
Well, we don't own the van. We buy it.
How does that work again? You tried to explain that to me before, and it kind of...
It's kind of complicated. Back in 1914, I think it was, or something, the VA, like the government always does, whatever, decided to end the transportation program for the veterans hospital. And what they did was, that's why the DAV started the transportation program, is because we picked up the slack. We provided the drivers, we provided the vehicles, everything else. So all the VA does is maintain the vehicles. So, and we provide everything else. So.
And didn't we say something in the meeting that there was one of the vans that was currently being repaired or was out to be painted or something like that? I forget what it was exactly.
We have our local transportation vehicle that's right now in the maintenance shop getting fixed. They're trying to redo the logos and things on it, so it's presentable. Right now, it looks pretty old and faded. All of our vehicles have been used quite a bit.
Yes, they have.
Yeah, in the last 2 years, I've put in 10,000 miles driving for veterans.
And a lot of our drivers that are volunteering out there driving our veterans around to these appointments. I mean, they leave at like what time to go get, depending on the appointments, right?
Depending on the appointments, whatever is. An example, whatever is the other day, whatever. I went from here to Douglas to pick up a veteran, to Bisbee to pick up a veteran, and Benson to pick up a veteran to take him to Tucson. So I had to start at 5:30 in the morning. And that was a late morning for some of the guys because I've also picked up guys in Wilcox and Sonoyta.
How does that work? Because isn't it a lot of it depending on their appointment times too?
Right. We have to accommodate their appointment times. So when we get the call that says that a veteran has an appointment at 9 o'clock, we have to pick him up in time for him to make his appointment. So like if he's in Douglas, whatever, that's a 2-hour drive from Douglas to Zehr to Tucson, the VA hospital.
So the volunteer driver gets all the information of what veterans have appointments, and then is it the driver's responsibility to map out his route as far as who to pick up and what time and everything?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Another thing that was a great fundraiser for our local chapter, not only our chapter but nationwide, was the help me out here. So on the Veterans Day that Golden Corral would do, the fundraiser for that.
We used to have the dinner on that was Memorial Day. Yeah, everything else, but now Golden Corral is shut down, so now we don't have that fundraiser going on. So that was really great because all the veterans would get together and. We'd all tell war stories and we get a lot of donations from that, a lot of support from veterans.
Now tell us about the steak dinners that are going on at the VFW that are from the DAV. Aren't we the ones that Glenn, isn't he the one?
Yeah, that's it's on the fourth Friday of the month at 6:30.
So that's coming up.
Yeah,
coming up
next weekend or next Friday. It's $13, $12 or $13. I can't remember how much it is, but you get a chicken fried steak, mashed potatoes, green beans, and a salad. So and that's our only fundraiser, solid fundraiser that we have right now.
And how do what percentage of the proceeds from that dinner go to help our local chapter here? We pay a stipend well, not a stipend, but we give a donation to the VFW because that's where we have our dinner. Right.
And we give them like 40%, and then we take the rest, and that all goes in our coffers, and all 60% of the rest of that money stays in our local coffers and for our own causes, the things that we do.
Let's give a big shout out to the VFW there. Good job.
Yeah.
Thank you for that.
Yeah.
And what about, there's so many service organizations in our area
Yeah.
too. We got the American Legion, VFW, DAV. I know I've got to be missing some. Can you help me out here?
You got the wound combat warrior. My mind's going blank. The Combat Veterans Motorcycle Club, Vietnam Veterans of America. There's also a Scottish American Military Society that we've just started up this last year. So it's all Scottish. You have to have Scottish heritage and they have been in the military. And so
I'm guessing that's what yours is?
Yeah.
Is it? Cool.
Yeah.
How far back can you trace your heritage?
1600s.
Wow.
So it goes back to the Mackays.
Okay. All right. So let's discuss some of the things that the Disabled American Veterans, Chapter 14, here in Sierra Vista, that is located, Ron?
2600 Wilcox. It's at the old hospital administrative area.
Right, where it's the nursing college now?
It's a nursing college
Community
now.
college? Okay.
Yeah.
And if you need to call the Disabled American Veterans, our local chapter, that number is, because I noticed Ron had the card out here.
I never remember my own number. That's 520-458-0307. And you can call and you can ask for whatever it is that you want to do. Right now, our service officers our service office is now open.
Yeah.
Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday from noon to 4 o'clock. So those are all walk-in basis. But if there's a special situation that you need to talk to us, whatever, just feel free to call, and we'll help you out if we can.
And we got some new chapter service officers. I was one of them. And I think there's 6, 7 chapter service officers now there?
I think that's 7 service officers right now.
Okay.
Yeah,
and they do a lot
looking for more. If you're a disabled veteran and want to help people, then come see me.
It's a great thing. And we're having our meeting for the local DAV. I keep saying local. I don't know why, but it is. It's our chapter. It's the DAV Chapter 14. We are having our local meeting tomorrow.
Yeah, 1 o'clock. That's for disabled veterans, for the group, that type of thing. But we'll have our elections tomorrow.
Yeah, it's very important if you're a DAV member to show up so you can get your vote counted. So
see what's going on. See how we can improve our situation.
And I noticed that when I come in, because I'm still doing on-the-job training because I haven't learned everything. Because to be a chapter service officer, you have to know an awful lot. And I used to be a service officer back in 2005 when it was down in that little stone building by the main gate.
Yeah.
Now the offices that they have are really nice. Oh my gosh, I can't believe how nice they are. And everything is automated pretty much now.
Right, we have computers, so we do all the forms online. Then we email the package to the National Service Officer in Phoenix, who are co-located with the VA. So whenever we email it to them, as soon as they can get to it and start working on it, it's a pretty quick process when it works.
So if I'm a veteran and I just got out of the military and I believe I have a service-connected disability and I come into the Disabled American Veteran and I walk in the door, what's the first thing that's going to happen?
You'll see our receptionist, hopefully, and when we talk to you, we'll go over your records. We'll discuss your service and what disabilities that you would like to apply for, and that type of thing. We'll try to cover everything so that we can do a one-shot thing and try to get as much covered in the application process as we can. There's a whole bunch of different things that you can do. You can, if you need more information, need more stuff done, we can do an intent to file, which puts a place marker in the time of things, so that everything would be backdated to the date that you filed your intent to file.
Okay.
Once you put in an intent to file, you have 1 year to complete that. So so as long as you keep that process up and going, whatever it is, it'll keep straight. We know where to file to get your DD 214. If you've lost your DD 214, need to get a new one. We have.
Mine burned up in the monument
those.
fire, so I'm thinking I might have to get me a new copy. So
Yeah.
I may have to do that. But don't they also have to appoint the DAB as a power of attorney? Isn't
Right.
that what it's called?
It's power of attorney. You have to
Got
grant.
it right.
Yeah, you have to grant the DAV power of attorney to represent you.
Right.
Because otherwise, when you call about something, and I have to call the VA to get an answer, if you haven't given the DAV power of attorney, then the VA will not give me an answer. We can't talk. Whatever, they have to talk directly to you. And if the service member, the veteran, is bedridden, can't make it in, and if they give another person, like their spouse or son or granddaughter or whatever, a power of attorney to represent them, we can file all the paperwork with that person with a power of attorney for that veteran.
And you also assist widows, right? When a widow unfortunately has lost her or his veteran spouse, we assist them also at the DAV, right?
Right. We can put in for a stipend, a pension from the VA for widows or widowers of veterans. So there are a lot of caveats to that because, of course, it's the government.
Right.
But the only way to find out is to come in and talk to us, and we can get the ball started.
There's just so much that the DAV does here in our community, and that's why I try to get. I'd love to get some veteran-owned businesses in and interview them because I feel that it's really important for our community to see just how much our veterans care about our community and how vested we are in our community. Yeah.
So DAV really appreciates veteran-owned businesses because we work with them quite a lot, and they support us, and we support them when we can.
Now, if you are a veteran-owned business and you would like to help our DAV Chapter 14 here, how would they go about doing that?
They can contact me, and we'll.
Would you be kind enough to give out your contact information? How anybody can get a hold of you, like email or?
Well, our email is davsv14@gmail.com.
Okay.
And just leave anything in there that you want, or you can call our number 520-458-05 or 0307, and call whatever's and leave a message there, and we'll get back with you.
Okay. And I think we pretty much covered everything. Well, not everything, because there's just so much that the DAV does. It's just, and one thing I wanted to ask is, I know that the VFW, the American Legion, the gentleman, I don't remember his name, he's out at the cemetery out there. So they all do claims too. So if you come in and you want the DAV to represent you, but you have a previous representation, how does that work? Does it just supersede the previous one, or? If
you have a question about the process or anything else, you can come in and talk to us, and you don't have to have a power of attorney for us to answer your questions. If you want us to file paperwork for you, then you have to do a power of attorney which will supersede what was done previously. So, which is not, it's not a problem. Whatever, that just keeps things straight for the government.
Well, I'm really looking forward to going to the convention next month. It'll really be interesting to see how it's going to be done, especially because of the pandemic. Because last year's convention didn't take place, right? And so the convention is going to be in Tucson this year, isn't it?
Yes. Yeah. It'll be interesting times.
I'm looking forward to going. I'm happy to go because I want to get back. I want to get back involved with the DAV. and I try to help out with the Knights of Columbus and Warrior Healing Center. And there's just so much, that I care about for our county and our country. And I just think that anything we should be able to do to help out these service organizations, I think that we should do that. That's my opinion anyway.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
one last thing. If we're done, are we done talking about the DAV, or do you have any last thing you want to?
I've got a couple more things to bring
Okay.
up. Whatever is it for the DAV Transportation Office?
Oh yeah, please.
That number is 458-5776. So for local transportation or questions about the transportation or that type of thing, you can call that number, or the 0304 number.
Remember, you have to dial
0307
520 now because
Yeah.
they passed something passed. I don't remember exactly what it is, but now no matter where you call, even Sierra Vista, now you have to dial the area code.
The 10-digit number.
Yeah, thank you, 10-digit number.
The other thing I didn't bring up was we have a Veterans Assistance Program. So if you're short rent for the month or short utilities and that type of thing, you can call us, and if we can help you out, we will. But we're limited on the amount of money that we have. So, but we're also connected with every other service organization in Sierra Vista. So if we won't stop and say no, we can't help you, and then hang up the phone, we're gonna do what we can to find you the assistance that you need. So
very helpful.
Yeah.
So
the Be Connected program is getting ready to start up a pickup and delivery service for veterans.
Really?
Yeah, that's going to be coming out here the next month.
That'll be neat.
That type of thing. And they're looking for drivers. Contact me, whatever, and I'll hook you up with a website if you want to volunteer to be a driver for them, so that you can you can pick up drugs for the veteran, you can pick up food for the veteran.
Wow.
Yeah, that type of thing, and that will really help out a lot if you can do that.
That's great.
That's the last program I have.
Okay. Now, let's see. How about some hobbies? Let's get into some of your hobbies. Do you have time for hobbies? Would be my first question.
I have a wife. I don't have much time for hobbies.
So, what do you do at home to relax then? Or you don't get the chance to relax?
I usually work on the computer. I do a lot of research and things like that. So, like Agent Orange, I go on the websites and try to find out what's new with Agent Orange, what's new with the Blue Water Navy, and all these other things, with all the different things for the VA. Try to keep up with what they're doing. The rules are changing all the time now, and it's interesting trying to keep it up.
I got that email about the Blue
Water Navy.
Water Navy, and I shared it to the Cochise County, Arizona Veterans Group because I thought that was a pretty important information. So anytime I get a chance, I try and pass that information on. I did add you to the group. So if you do Facebook and you're not a member of the Cochise County, Arizona Veterans Group, I would love for you to apply. We get out a lot of valuable information in the group. As a matter of fact, here I got a few events that I'd like to pass on to you real quick. If you can bear with me, I had it up on my screen here and I lost it. Where did it go? Okay, here we go. Some of the events that we have coming up are on Saturday, May 22nd. We have the CLUG monthly meeting, that's CLUG monthly meeting at 143rd Street Tacos. That's going to be from 1300 to 1500 hours. What is CLUG, you might ask? Well, Kathy was so glad I was so glad that Kathy provided me with that information. CLUG is Cochise Linux Users Club. And I know some of you are into the Linux computer stuff, so that will be on Saturday, May 22nd at 1300 hours at 143rd Taco Streets. Also, I'd like to again remind you on Mondays from 0900 to 1000 hours at the Landmark Cafe, they have the Marine Corps League breakfast on Mondays. Again, that's from 0900 to 1000 hours. Marines meet for coffee and they talk about old war stories. If you'd like any information on the Marine Corps League breakfast, please call 520-458-5720. And on Tuesday, May 25th, starting at 1800 hours, Team RWB, which is red, white, and blue, I learned that, yay, trail run. It's going to be in Brown Canyon Trailhead, starting again at 1800 hours on May 25th. Then we have, this will be interesting here, Saturday, May 29th at 0800, the Scottish American Military Society Post 81 Flags on Veteran Headstones. Do you know anything about that?
Yeah.
Do you? Okay. You want to tell us a little bit about it?
I don't know that much. I know that we're going to do it.
Okay. It's, again, that's Saturday, May 29th, and it will begin at 0800, and that's going to be at the South Lawn Cemetery in Tucson. I'd hate for you to show up to the wrong place. So again, that's the South Lawn Cemetery in Tucson, May 29th at 0900.
They'll probably be doing it at the local cemetery here also.
If they do, let me know, and I'll be happy to get the word out.
Sam's may not be doing that one. I'm just saying that, but there will be other organizations.
Okay.
I think it's the VFW and the combat veterans and other organizations, the American Legion, are going to be doing that.
On the Elks, I'm on the Elks Veterans Committee, and we're having our Flag Day ceremony on June 12th. Mm-hmm. And what they're doing on that day is they're doing starts at 1400 hours, and they're having their barbecue following right after the ceremony, and all veterans get to eat free. Oh. So there's that too. So if you want to join us down there at the Elks, that'll be on June 12th at 1400 hours. Well, Ron, thank you so much for joining me today. I really appreciate it, brother. Appreciate it. I tell you, I love doing these interviews. I'm nervous about it, but I love doing these because I get to know more about our veterans and what they're doing to help you here in Cochise County. So again, thank you, Ron. Everybody, have a good night. Or good night, geez Louise. Have a good weekend is what I meant to say. Peace out.